Now then, YouTube, hope you're all well. Thought it were a while since I did one of these videos, just to let the goal winners know the parcels are on the way. Sent them on Monday, I think. I've been meaning to email you guys tracking information, but I haven't done. But rest assured, they're on the way. So sorry for the late response on that. I must say, again, I forgot what it's called, but Bubba BJV pipes the other day did a dark bamboo pipe. The bamboo was like a dark colour, really nice. Really fancying one of them. I'm wondering if it can be done in 9mm, but I'm not allowed to buy any more pipes. That's what I've told myself. We'll see how long they'll last. So yeah, it's been a while since I've done one of these videos. It's a workshop video. We've got 2 jobs going off today. Don't think we're going to complete them both. Scorch is dragging his feet as usual. But basically, this is what we're doing. This is a international is it a B250? B250. Somebody had previously cast welded the head, made an awful job, still leaking. So I'm in processes of cleaning that up. Got rags over injection pump, rags over injection all into head. So hopefully going to make a nice job of that. And making rusty Land Rovers better again, as Britannia Restorations would say. Another good channel if you're into restoration videos. And this is it. Late 300 county, quite original, quite a nice chassis really, but I think it's ready for about crossmember, don't you? So Scotch is going to continue that off. I'm going to continue grinding my welding up, and see if you can guess what I'm smoking, and I'll catch you in a minute. So you guessed it, 4 Noggins Lord Metals blend. Uncle Scorch looking happy as ever. So we've ground the head up. This is the biggest problem, is finding the cracks. There's one there, you can't really see it on camera. There's one here and there's one down here, but once you arc up with welder trying to see them isn't the easiest of tasks, but we'll get his best shot. There's no point telling you any more about this Land Rover because he's still messing about with it. Stay tuned. It's only me again. I hope. I think Scorch is dying. So just a quick progress update. Welding cast, it's a bit of a steady job. So there's the weld so far. It's going to end up getting welded from here up to there, from here up to there, and across there. It's important to keep heating block, and you need to cool it down all at the same time, because the cast cools down to around 60% quicker than the weld. So what happens is either side expands when you weld it, and then either side contracts 60% quicker than the weld, and what the result is it cracks straight down the middle of your weld. That's why cast's so hard to weld. But so far so good. So wish me luck. She's got to be watertight. I just thought I'd quickly show you, as we go on with the welding, how previously we couldn't see the cracks, but now it's put heat into the head, we can clearly see them, which is a good thing, because I was wondering where they were. That's the repair complete, and it's even watertight, although you wouldn't think it with the amount that was spilt draining it. And no, we don't need any JB weld. So, onto this now. Joining me again, YouTube. This Medley's blend, which I enjoyed all holiday, started tasting a bit funny. Has anyone ever had that? I'm not sure whether it's cleaning pipe too much, not cleaning pipe enough. I've got no idea. So we're back with a job now. Lovely, isn't it? Top tip for any of you guys who found your way here and want to know how to change a back cross member on a Defender. The top tip is, behind them flaps is all the plugs for the lights and etc. Especially on the earlier ones, they're a bit of a nightmare. On this, there should be plugs, but on the earlier ones, they're all individual bullets. You unplug them all, pull up wiring back, and you have a right mess on your hands. So, what you can do is just above that brake switch there. I'm just trying to find it on bulkhead somewhere. There, look. There's these plugs here. Somewhere. These plugs. Unplug them. There's two earths that come off at gearbox there. Somewhere. Just there. Take that grommet out there, and then just put wiring back out there. You need to attach a string or a wire to wiring so you can pull it back through afterwards, but then it saves disturbing all that up there, which is a good thing. So we'll get the wiring out. We'll get the cross member off. In fact, I'll show you how to cut the cross member off, and then we'll go from there. Just wanted to do a quick explanation on how I mark the chassis up. Yeah, I normally do away with these flared ends because it's just an excuse when it's got two thicknesses of chassis, two layers of chassis. It's just an excuse for it to blow, and it's a right mess. So what I tend to do to mark the chassis up is measure from this point here to there, and then measure from this point here to there, trace it onto the chassis. That gets me a line, cut the chassis, cut these off, and then butt weld it straight on. I sometimes splice them on inside rather than outside, depending on how good the chassis is. So we'll get cut into it and see what it's looking like. We've got the chassis cut off. Chassis looks pretty good inside, to be fair. We'll get all that cleaned up now. Nice straight cut. There's lots of ways of doing it, but I think the favourite is big 9-inch grinder with a nice quality slitting disc in. So this is the new one marked up. I've used the exact same measurements, which is 255 from there to there. and 360 from there to there, which is exactly what I cut off of there. So in theory it should be a straightforward, nice tight butt weld. In theory. I suppose I best put my money where my mouth is, eh? Just want to show you how it looks before we weld it. It's a decent gap, about 3mm, which is ideal, plenty of penetration. With it being a butt joint, I just wanted to show you this piece here. The chassis is actually that much deeper, so I've just sort of followed the chassis and cut that sliver out, so we can just tap that up, stand back. I'll just give that a little tap with a punch, but then the chassis should follow its original line. It's just so much better than having these overlap pieces over here, because it's inevitable water gets in between them and then they just blow. At least this way it's as good as new. Now then, so I'm just about to conclude my video. I hope you've enjoyed it. There's not been much in the way of pipe smoking, but hopefully you guys who's into pipe smoking's found bits of it interesting, and hopefully I've had quite a few followers that are just into engineering, welding and restoration stuff, so hopefully you guys have found something interesting. Of course, before we finish this video, I'll show you the job pretty much completed. But I suppose I best finish the housekeeping. So I'm smoking some 4 Noggins, as I said. Lord Methely's blend in the LCS stubby bent billiard. Fantastic bent clenching pipe. Anybody is a clencher, get Simon to make one of these. So let's have a look at the job. That's one side. That's how we've tried to finish the chassis in. The other side. Reverse side. And that's the other side. When it's had a bit of paint on, it'll look just the job. This one doesn't matter, but if it's a a really nice defender and you really want to do a very nice job, you can put some plates on the inside, gap this, weld it, and then flush it off. It's not needed on this defender, but there you have it. Let's stand back and see if it's straight. Not bad. It's hard to tell from the camera, but I've measured it. It seems nice. Here's the wiring loom ready to go back in. Here's the, struggling to see it, but here's the piece of welding wire. It's out the other end. So we'll attach the wiring to that, pull it back through, plug it back in. Grommets still on there ready to go back in, and then all the lights should be the light should work all untouched. So thanks again for watching, and for God's sake, keep it lit.